joined on the Crispin Flintoff show by Waseem Yousaf. How you doing, Waseem?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm doing well as I can be. Thank you, Crispin.
Well, look, we've had a really busy few days recently with people getting arrested and stuff, and I was shocked to see that you had been arrested again. And and then the news was breaking that something else is happening. This was all on Thursday outside the Old Bailey, where the Filton 18 were being tried, and there was a load of people outside protesting in support of the Filton 18 who've been treated abominably, being kept inside with no charge for so long, so just to try and intimidate them and stuff. And you were there. So the atmosphere outside, can you describe what the atmosphere was like outside when you got to the court? You know, when people were out there, it seemed like there's quite a lot of people there.
Yes, Crispin, it was Thursday. It was electric. The atmosphere, it was one of solidarity. There was so much love and understanding between the comrades and support for the Filton 18. You know, you're right. The way they've been treated since their detainment, is disgusting, horrible. You know, they were being transported to the Old Bailey court, and we was praying and hoping that they would get bail. You know, even bail or totally drop the charges against them. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. But we was out there in large numbers, Crispin. Peacefully protesting, which was our right. So all in all, it was a good turnout, and we demonstrated. We was there for a purpose, and it was fantastic.
And then this is what I've seen as the footage of you being arrested.
I've done nothing wrong. You can't arrest me.
Let him go! 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 Let him go!
I mean, you look really scared there. I have to say, I can see the fear and panic on your face. I mean, did you suspect that they were coming to get you, to arrest you?
Well, just before I answer that, I could tell for 90 minutes, approximately hour and a half, Crispin, the city police that attended the Old Bailey, they were looking at me constantly, eyeballing me practically, talking about me to each other, pointing me out. And I had this gut feeling that something bad will happen. I was scared, Crispin, again, I was scared, it was terrifying, but the thing is, a part of me said, shall I just go, walk away and just go? They're looking at me, but the fact is, there's a genocide going on, Crispin, and we're protesting, and, we have to protest, we have to voice our concerns, Filton 18 being arrested, give them support. They need our support. And that's what stopped me from walking away. And obviously, I knew that something bad was going to happen, and they just came for me. And when they approached me, Crispin, they used the same one-punch liner that they've used in the past when they brutally beat me up and attacked me on the 12th of July in Whitechapel. Again, they said to me, "Oh, you're going to be under arrest on alleged assault charge on a member of the public during the protest." And I was shocked that this is what they're using against me again. And I said to him, "Look, I haven't touched anybody. I haven't spoke to anyone, like in terms of having an altercation. I've been here peacefully protesting. It's my right to protest. I'm here to support the Filton 18. And I'm here to support Palestine, support my comrades." And that was it. And they just, they forcefully put their arms around me and kind of lifted me, you know, and threw me in the van.
And there were
Once
lots of them. We could see there was about a dozen. It looked like a dozen police, all like holding you or around the van, and they were kind of they closed you in and put you in the van. I mean, what did you feel like when you were in the van?
I was scared again. I've been scared the last time when they attacked me and they beat me. You know, I was scared about getting another, you know, being beaten up. You know, I felt fear. You know, I'm a human being, Crispin. You know, so you know, naturally, I'm gonna feel, because the fact that I've done nothing at all wrong apart from attending a protest and speaking up against the injustice that's going on with the Filton 18 and what's happening in Palestine. You know, they seem to kind of pick on me, target me. You know, but I was really scared. You know, they handcuffed me so tight. You know, and my finger is still in pain now since Thursday. Is that finger there?
Right.
This one here. You know, it's just constant pain. You know,
What did they? What were they? How many were in there with you when they closed that door? Because we could just see the door closing. What was it
Yeah,
like in there?
I think there was probably, I'm getting about half a dozen initially, and then they got me to sit down. You know, and they handcuffed me properly, tight. You know, and that was it. I was detained, illegally detained again, unlawfully arrested again. They said to me they would transport me to Bishopsgate Police Station. They would investigate the matter. You know,
Right. And
yeah.
but then while you just got in the van, this is what I mean. You obviously didn't see this because you were there in the van, but this is what we saw. This is what happened outside there. So you've just gone in, and I'm just going to play this clip here.
Babies are burning and you're done! The babies are being slaughtered! And our government funding is changing the
Chris, can you go backwards? Get a bubble on the van! Move out of the way.
Let's go backwards, move out of the way, please.
Move out of the way, we're trying to move a vehicle. Sorry, Racist police. That's the whole time we didn't see us, so anyway. Okay, the allegations come through to the police, okay? The allegations come through to the police. What about the guy down the street, guys? Right? Get off! Get off! Get off! Stop holding it! Hey!
police, get back!
Shame! Shame! Welcome to the world!
Thousands of police are dying!
So it looked to me like the police were trying to go forward, but a load of people lied down on the road in front of the van. Then he says back up, and then these people all came behind it, including there's a guy with an infant there. There was a couple of women there. I mean, it was like there was people both sides of the police van lying down, moving. What were you feeling when that was going on? Did you hear all that? Did you work out what was going on?
Yes, Crispin. So when I was in the van, the windows were tinted, so I could see outside, but they couldn't see in. And I could clearly, visibly, I can see in front of me there a group of women. They made like a human chain that was holding hands. They stood in front of the van, I saw a guy with a baby, you know, an infant baby. Baby looked like the baby was like 6 months old, you know, and he stood in front of the van for a little period as well. And I saw people lying down on the floor, obviously to prevent the van from moving. You know, I also saw officers on multiple occasions, they grabbing members of the public that was supporting me, women, and they were throwing them viciously onto the floor, manhandling them very bad, you know. But I was deeply touched, Crispin, you know, the solidarity and the support that I received from the people. Truly, you know something, Crispin, truly the power does not belong to the police, it belongs to the people. And I firmly believe that after what I witnessed on Thursday. I'm really grateful to the people,
So,
you know.
so how long were you in the van? Because I mean, these people are all sitting around there. How long were you waiting? Because I mean, eventually they had to let you go, but how long were you in there?
So I was in there for approximately 42 minutes, Crispin. Initially, they said we're going to transport you to Bishopsgate Police Station to investigate the matter. Yeah, you're under arrest, they said. But then there was a change of heart, to be honest. The chief inspector that was present there, he spoke to me very politely and respectfully. I'll give him that. And he said to me, look, he said to me that we're both going to have to work together and de-escalate this situation. And he's decided to de-arrest me, he said, you know, you know, he said basically he didn't want any casualties, anyone getting hurt on his watch, basically, because there was women and children present. People were lying on the floor, you know, and there could have been severe injuries, you know, and people were adamant they weren't going to give up until I was released. So the police, yes, they buckled, if that's the right word, you know, they gave in. They did the right thing because I was innocent. You know, I shouldn't have been targeted like that, you know. So I'm really pleased that they came to their senses, you know, and they did the right thing and they released me.
I'll just show people the clip of you being unarrested, effectively. That's pretty amazing. Coming out and then straight on the speaker. I mean, your adrenaline must have been pumping like crazy then.
It was off the Richter scale, Crispin. You know what? The adrenaline just kept me going. You know, I should have fainted if anything. You know, but thank God I didn't. You know, but I was so pleased. You know, the level of support was so incredible. You know, my heart goes out to every single soul that was there, you know, that supported me and that turned up to support the Filton 18, you know, and I really want to say thank you to the Palestine Action, PAL Action, you know, that was present at the time as well, and they really made a difference, you know, in organising quickly, getting people, giving them instructions on what to do. So yeah. My release could be orchestrated quickly, and the health block, Sister Tabs, everyone gave me so much support. Yeah.
And I mean, you know, talking about the Filton 18, what you mentioned when you went on to speak outside, you said this is about the Filton 18. You were quite clear that it wasn't about you or anything. It was about the Filton 18. Do you want to say something about them and what you feel about their situation?
Absolutely. Do you know what it is? I I feel for the families of the Filton 18. You know, their mothers, their brothers, their sisters. You know, their sons. There's one girl that's had her 18th birthday in prison. You know, and they don't deserve this. You know, to be picked up from their houses. You know, in such an aggressive manner, and to be locked up, and to have like terrorism charges being put on. You know, using the same terrorism laws. It shouldn't have applied. You know. And their treatment whilst in custody is absolutely disgusting. With the letters, they can't see their letters. Some of them, you know, visits have been like cancelled, you know, and being transported to prison, to the courts over here, you know. And then the police, what they're doing is to take the limelight away from the Filton 18. They're attacking the protesters, people like myself. But it's, for me, it's always about the Filton 18. I know one of them personally. His name's Cameron. You know, yeah, he's helped me with some fundraising for Gaza. You know, he's a very polite, gentle guy, a religious guy. He prays 5 times a day. You know, he doesn't have a bad bone in him. You know, and just because he spoke up for Palestine, you know, and he was probably present somewhere where the authorities didn't want him to be present, you know, and then they've nabbed him. You know, it's disgusting, and I hope and pray that every single one of them is released ASAP.